So I'm gonna try something. My YouTube has mostly been a travel vlog channel when I go on trips. This is great because I love making videos and I love traveling. The only downside to this is when I'm not traveling, I still have an itch to make videos. So I'm not a viral sensation yet, but for the views I do have, a lot of them are me. I'm literally my biggest fan.
I have a question for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think I like my vlogs?
That would be an 11.
There's no shame in that, but I've come to realize something after watching my videos several times. They're always fun to watch, but a lot of them are missing key aspects of the day which we didn't film for whatever reason. Take for example the 11th of December 2015. It's a great vlog, it's one of my favorites, and it's also one of my most viewed. However, by watching it, you would have absolutely no clue that Mateo and I went up to the ICC, the tallest building in Hong Kong, trying to get a shot for our video.
What do we do? Oh shit, do we go up?
Upon arrival, we found out that we had to actually pay money to go up to this observatory deck, which we obviously didn't want to do. So we tried to make our own way up. We ended up in the Ritz-Carlton, which is the hotel section of the building. However, we were wearing board shorts and t-shirts and we had like skateboards and tripods strapped to our backpacks, and it straight away aroused suspicion. And we ended up getting escorted by 5 to 6 employees from the hotel, and it felt like a damn action movie, but we barely filmed any of it. Now that's partly due to us learning to tell a story over the years more effectively through our videos, but it's also partly due to us getting caught up in the moment and not filming us getting escorted. That's why I want to make these videos, to contextualize and to explain all the happenings on these types of days. So welcome to episode 1 of my favorite days ever. 2017 was my gap year. I went on 6 trips all around the world, from Asia to America to Europe to everywhere. Dang. We'll keep going, let's keep going. My first trip was to Hong Kong. We had a great time, we made some great memories, and we had a grand freaking time. So it was only right to end my gap year in Hong Kong, right? So essentially I did a big finale trip in Europe where I traveled with Mateo and then Stella over 3 months, meeting family, friends, hanging out, having a great time. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, my sister went on a trip to Hong Kong with my mum to visit the other side of the family. We'd never been to Hong Kong without each other, so I couldn't let it happen this time. I decided I wanted to surprise her on my way back from Europe. So I changed my flights to fly home via Hong Kong, but the next step was to get some recruitment. It actually proved quite difficult to get everyone together on one trip. For one, everyone lived in different corners of the world, but there was also one major factor which really threw a wrench in the works: Mateo. I had no clue why, but Mateo told me he couldn't come because he couldn't get time off work. This is all after we had planned a trip back to Hong Kong after the first time we went. And this is even though I told him that Lawrence and Evan were going to come to this trip, and even listing all the things that we would do and what we could be excited for, and telling all my video ideas, everything. It was really weird. I was pestering him night and day, trying to get him to buy his ticket, but he was so adamant that he did not want to come. Anyway, we'll get back to him. So Lawrence and I ended up surprising Nicole, which was really fun. I was anxious the whole flight there. I didn't know if it was going to work or not, but it all came together and it worked. But she loved it, mostly because Lawrence was there and they haven't seen each other in years, and also because I was there and I hadn't seen her in 3 months. Wow.
This isn't Holland.
This is in Holland. Fast forward to the next day, I think I was still messaging Mateo to come buy a last minute ticket, but to no avail. Lawrence, Nicole and I were exploring the city, eating great food, and had a great time. But I think we all knew something was missing. And then Mateo pulls this shit out of nowhere.
We're here. This is the moment of truth.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
What's up, bro?
What on earth are you doing? What on earth? What the fuck?
How you been? What's up?
What? Why is he? What? No.
What's up, bro?
What is happening here?
How you been? How's the trip?
What the fuck?
I told you, I
No,
know.
I love you. What the fuck? No, give me 10 minutes.
Hey, guess what?
How you been?
What's up?
Bring it. I thought that I would like to come to Hong Kong, so.
After Mateo came, our trip was elevated. We explored more, we were more adventurous, and then Evan came and we were an absolute team, taking on Hong Kong by storm. Already it was my favorite trip of all time. Maybe it was theirs too.
Hey.
What's your favorite trip of all time?
Hong Kong.
What was your favorite trip of all time?
The one we had in Hong Kong 2018.
What's your favorite trip of all time?
The Hong Kong trip.
What's your favorite trip of all time?
Of all time. Hong Kong, of course.
It's good, right? It was a good trip. Everything happened.
With my kids.
We really didn't think it could get any better. So on the day in question, the 8th of January 2018, we hadn't really planned anything. The reason being is that we had a lunch penciled in at 12 PM with someone. No one really knew who this person was. I think the consensus between us all is that it was Mum's old friend from Hong Kong that we were meeting with her. In the morning we didn't have a plan, so we went to Central to see if we could do something, in hopes that something magical would turn up. What's that? It's currently really miserable outside. We were supposed to go up to Victoria Peak, but there's no. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not gonna happen. We were very bored. Very bored. Meanwhile, without us knowing, my dad was in town.
Okay, arrived in Hong Kong. It's 10:30. Let's see what this city has to bring. Let's have some fun. Bye.
Some of us were hungry,
Weren't we supposed to get breakfast?
so we decided to go to a dim sum house as a pre-lunch, but some of us weren't too keen on that idea.
Because you're gonna eat in 2 hours, and then you guys are hungry now.
Here it is.
Here it is, here it is.
Mats.
Come on.
This is the most delicious dumpling ever.
All things considered, we got to the Salisbury Hotel where our lunch was held, pretty much bang on time. But we didn't quite want to go in yet because Mum said she was going to be late and we didn't want to go in without her because we'd never met this guy. So we stalled. But we ended up going in without Mum, and it did not disappoint.
We're sitting here at the YMCA, waiting to surprise Nicole and Patrick, and Matteo, and Evan, and then also Lawrence. But they haven't come yet, they're running late. Let's see what happens.
Perfect, thank you.
This is niet te doen.
You should have come here early.
Allee, zet de kop. Hoe is je?
Oh my god.
Allee.
We just got here. Okay, I gotta go.
That's three surprises.
Don't worry about it.
Doing this.
Come, sit down.
Allee.
She's like, what are you doing now? I was like,
I told you I had an important lunch.
The lady's like, I'm like, Kenneth Young? And she's like, oh yeah, straight away like, oh yeah, you're upstairs. I'm like, what?
Why can you have so many surprises?
People are gonna come. I was thinking of the president of Hong Kong.
What was your first thought when you saw Dad?
Dad was crazy though, who was, like with us. Everyone had already come. I thought all the surprises were over. Apparently not. But yeah, it was good.
What are you doing here, man? What are you doing here? It was so good, man. It was so good. It was the perfect moment actually. In the middle of a vacation, big surprise in between.
Oh no, this cannot be happening. Like this literally cannot be happening. It's all made up. It's all made up. Dude, I almost thought for like 1 second like he's like some fake joke Rossey or something.
I was pretty surprised. Like I had no idea that he'd be there, and it was pretty crazy because like I don't know how he got there because he had so much work on at that time, and he just appeared out of nowhere and saw all of us. It was pretty cool.
The next 9 hours were what made this day one of my favourite days ever. Lunch included a lot of catching up, especially with Dirk and Lawrence, who hadn't seen each other in years after Lawrence came and visited us in Australia.
We like one room with an upgrade there's a table head, there's a leg of a table.
Watch out.
That's why the table stays like this, because there's a leg there, so
It would be like this if it's here.
How long are you here for?
tomorrow I'll fly back.
I'm too amazed. I'm not hungry
But
anymore.
just here for this. It's easy in Hong Kong to have a discount system, because you just have a few stations where they plug in.
I've seen one station in Central.
You have one stage where everybody comes and plugs in. I was talking to them from but you didn't get the clue of nothing more than lunch, and then you said nothing more about the lunch, and I stopped.
You said I'll tell you about it later, so tell me about lunch.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let me tell you about it now.
You kept your own father waiting to play the piano.
The mum and her friend.
What?
Yeah, and we were like, all the way for Mum to come. She's like, don't be late.
We walked down this place.
No, we walked from here.
On purpose, I sat like this, so I didn't want you to recognize me. I even hid my glasses and everything. So I tried everything to make you not see me. I have to be here for one meeting tomorrow.
Right.
I don't really have to be here, but I said if I combine things, maybe it gets interesting. And I said one of the things I could do is surprise these two, right? I didn't know they're winding up. I didn't know. He said, oh, and you get an upgrade in this hotel called the Salisbury YMCA. And I said, bring it on, because I've not been to Kowloon in 35 years. Because who would come here? And that's it. So he booked it under his name. And then I said to their mother, I said, look, Lieutenant Kenneth Young is some guy that we know from before, and that is the general manager here, and blah, 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 and gives you a free lunch. Which building, and there's only one building in Antwerp, is this Wapen Shield? What do we call Wapen Shield?
I'm making this worse, man. Touch it. Like polar bearing, whatever. Polar bearing. Look at open us,
And then it's got all the
Man.
yeah, and then he says to me with a knife, yeah?
All day breakfast.
An all day breakfast.
How would you like the eggs?
How would like the eggs?
So is that basically egg?
Scrambled, please.
One scrambled, yes.
Or fried. No, scrambled. Oh, you literally look at me. You have to be quick. Okay, this one takes.
Club sandwich.
Is he filming himself?
Yeah, he's filming himself.
Oh wait, is it still going?
For 12 minutes.
Some mistake. Oh, some mistake.
Just leave it.
Why isn't the button?
What's up?
Ooh, that's annoying. The button doesn't go down.
Are you filming or taping?
It's filming. It's the same thing.
No straws, this kills the world. No straws, we don't do straws.
So I booked him and he got
Kills
really...
the world. Is that all the breakfast?
Yes, ma'am.
So we can eat the whole day, stay here till tonight.
So, what did you get?
Club sandwich.
Club damn sandwich.
They're warm.
Someone's phone ring.
Who is it?
Hello?
Oh.
Yeah, we're just here with Kenneth. Well, we're waiting for Kenneth Young. I don't know. We're in some table. They said we've been waiting here for a bit.
What are you doing? Who's there?
Oh, we're just waiting. There's Lawrence, Evan, Mateo, Nicole, and me. And we're just waiting. I don't know. They said to put us on a table, and no one's here. We haven't ordered or anything yet. You're supposed to be coming, aren't you? We've been waiting for you.
No, you haven't seen. You haven't. Why the call hang up just then?
Where are you? No. Where are you waiting? Okay, Dad's here. It was a good surprise. Thanks, Mom. That was amazing. You're amazing. After lunch, our conversation continued until we got a bit restless.
God, oh my god.
There you go. Look at her shoes. Wow.
Conversation quickly turned to discussion as to what we would do for the rest of the day. We wanted to explore the city and not spend it all indoors. However, to our dismay, the weather forecast was not looking good. As the mood dipped, the group scattered, some napping from jet lag and some doing work back at their hotel room. But Mateo and I knew we had to bring the group back together. After careful thought and deliberation, we decided that a game of Monopoly would overcome the bad weather and cure the boredom. And after conquering the treacherous rain, the dangerous wet conditions, the formidable traffic, and the waves of people, our mission was a success.
I'll give you this one.
Let's do it. Good shout. Let's do it. We got the Monopoly.
What's up, man?
Yeah, what's up?
I thought by putting everything to the side they'd take them,
We played Monopoly for literally 4 hours, nearly 5 hours. It was so fun that none of us kept track of time, and we were all surprised that it was dark outside. I'm going to let a lot of this remaining footage play out by itself, because it's unseen in my footage in the vlogs because I focus on the surprise aspect of it. But here you go, enjoy the footage from our amazing evening with the team.
Got it. Do you want to buy it?
No, I'll pay you 500.
What the frick?
Pay you 500 right here.
Don't.
500.
No one does
Think about it.
600? No.
Pay 1,000 and he'll give to you. Nope. I'm his business manager. Mateo is ridiculously good at this game. We don't know what it is. Every time we play this, he wins every single time. He currently has nearly won in every single thing. 8 properties.
Yes.
Advance to Nathan Road.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Nathan Road, I've lived there also. Can you buy this?
Yeah.
I'll
Get out of here. Oh, that's not fair. That's just not fair. We're all bunched up here. It's interesting, it's like a peloton in the Tour de France.
Receive 25 million.
About the friendship.
It's not only 3 cars.
Guys, I need
Dark now. We've been playing for
It's us against the world, baby.
it's me and Matteo. It's me and Matteo. Everyone's still in, but it's me and Matteo.
R2D2. What? Ah, the toilet. This is fantastic. Bompa loves this one. Actually, does he have space in his luggage?
Lowy? Yeah, plenty.
I can.
Do you think Bompa would like that?
I reckon Bob would love it.
Echt niet.
So we've just had a massive game of Monopoly. We all held down to the end, but your boy got it again. We're just gonna head to the start ferry now. Check out. Have a good day, man. Oops! Oh, how did that survive?
It's because I'm
Oh my! How did it survive?
okay, where do we go? That way or that way?
Go back to you.
Holang!
Ni hao.
Holang! Oh yeah, careful, Patrick.
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? Bon días. Oh man. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, send that to me. Send that to me.
Action.
The Opera House. No, the peak is over there.
I'm going to stop it right here because this moment was quite important and special to me. My dad is about to tell us and show us where he used to live in Hong Kong back in the day.
And I live near the peak. Remember that?
Mid-levels. We were there till yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, just chilling around Mount Mo Temple and yesterday. Mount Mo Temple. I know it doesn't really seem like much, but this really is special to me. And I know it is for Nicole and Matteo too.
Yeah, from his free count, it's been pretty interesting to see how it's changed over the course of 20 years. And it was also interesting to hear his perspective of, you know, how the Bank of China was designed, how there were certain buildings that were on Kowloon side that reflected the Hong Kong Island and where China and Hong Kong stand. And it's pretty cool the way that he showed us these sort of experiences on a few days and pointed out how it's changed and why things are in certain places in Hong Kong and how it's actually shaped the history.
I think it's pretty special because, like, he talks about a time when, like, before I was born, before I can kind of remember, he talks about Discovery Bay, you know, Happy Valley, all that good stuff. And it's fun to see, like, he'll point things out. He's like, oh yeah, this is really different. It used to be like this.
A lot of the day consisted of us having long conversations about how Hong Kong used to be when Dad used to live there in 1987 to 2001. It was special to me because as a Hong Kong native, I am so interested in the history of Hong Kong as well as how my parents experienced it.
Daddy's coming home.
Hello.
Honey, I'm filming for Bush. And everybody.
Baba.
Okay. So to hear my dad excited whenever he talked about Hong Kong, telling us where he lived, recounting to us in vivid detail how it looked, how it smelled, how it's changed over the years, that really is what made this day incredible for me.
So many Koreans.
Currently on a Korean photo shoot real quick, but we are on the Star Ferry heading from TST, Team Sancho, to Central.
Negative connotation.
That's such a good shot.
We're currently inside Chiu Chow Garden, which is a quite upscale, as you can see, yum cha or Chinese restaurant. I'm trying to get enough food for everyone, which is hard. I already have my fingers in all the things I want. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to figure this out and let's eat well, as they say.
These things are very good.
So it's waiting for our food now, but hopefully enough. Let's just see. That's
Nice restaurant, eh? Matteo?
Very nice, isn't it?
Very nice setting.
This is the house special of the restaurant. It's just soy pork belly, a bit of fat, a bit of meat, and beautiful soy sauce and coriander.
Good choice, good choice.
We're here at Chin Chow Garden and it is probably one of the best meals I've had in Hong Kong. The best one actually. The meat, excellent. Pork, chicken, rice, fried rice, and the asparagus. Incredible.
Food, brilliant. Fried rice, meat, absolutely first class.
It's the best meal I've had since I've been in Hong Kong. To me, yeah. I love being good.
Give us a squeeze, what's the deal?
What do I say?
Oh, how'd you enjoy the meal?
Actually enjoyed it well. I did enjoy the end of it.
And then what happened?
I don't know, I just didn't feel well. Felt dizzy. Felt very dizzy. And then when we got off from the table, I was just like, nah, I need to go to the bathroom.
Just do his business. And that was it. That's how it went.
It wasn't the food though, because no one else feels sick. So it was probably some accent bug or some mixture with the breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I feel better now. Yeah, thank you. Action.
Bye, Dirk.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was one of my favorite days ever. I appreciate you making it this far, and in attempts to becoming a viral sensation on YouTube, I'm gonna sound like one. So if you enjoyed this video and you're not yet subscribed, also like this video so the algorithm can tell people like you that you like this video and that you like me, and that you should see ya. Done.